You all for coming out tonight to our single but struggling to mingle group meeting. As you all already know, based off your screenings, that all of us are college students who have recently become single by one way or another, and we're having some difficulties or some issues kind of getting back into that dating arena. So I just want to open the floor up for anyone who kind of just wants to share a little bit about their story. Tell us a little bit about how you became single and what issues you see hindering you in getting back into the dating arena like you want to.
I'll start.
Okay. Go ahead, Bria. Thank you for sharing.
Well, I was dating this guy, big, tall, stocky white guy. She was in black, so that was already an obstacle that we overcame.
Like some racial issues.
Yeah, yeah. And it was good. He cooked. He took me out. It was great news. Met his parents. Loved him. It was awesome. But he know what he wanted to do with his life. He went from being a brick mason to a plumber to a janitor to a preacher to a student. Like, he know what he wanted to do. So we had to break it off until we could get that together. And when we started getting it together, we tried it again, but he got jungle fever. Can I say that?
Can you clarify a little bit? I don't know if everyone understands that jargon, but I understand what you're saying. Can you kind of expound on what you mean when you say he kind of got jungle fever?
He got really infatuated with the black woman and started seeing a bunch of black women. Like a bunch. Like, we went on a date and I looked down and I found a pair of pumps in his car, and I knew they weren't mine because I got a size 6 foot and they were like a 7.5. So I was like, you clearly didn't buy those for me. Where they come from? So anyways, we just kind of let it roll. But it was hard because early in the relationship, he was like, you're the one I want to marry. And then after all of that nonsense, I got hurt. Because I'm like, man, you said you want to marry me, but here you are messing with A, B, C, D, and E. And so after that, you feel me? So after that, it just kind of did that little emotional scarring. And it was hard for me to really trust anybody else because after, I'm a woman. After you say I want to marry you, I hold on to that. And when you don't fulfill your word, here I am feeling rejected, hurt, and all that stuff. So next guy that came around, I was pretty much guarded. I'm like, look, I ain't really into it right now. So that's my story.
So how do you feel, and anybody else can kind of chime in based off what Bria shared, and again, thank you for sharing. How do you feel that is affecting you presently? Like, I know you said the next guy that came around, you were very, very guarded, but after that, when any other man approached you, did you still find yourself kind of linking him to being kind of like the guy that you just shared with us about?
Not necessarily anymore. I am, though, quite protective of how much I open myself up to them now. Like, emotionally, I try to keep, not a wall, but kind of like a screen door.
Yeah. Like you can see, but you can't quite get in.
Yeah.
Would that screen door be locked or unlocked?
It's definitely locked until I hit that little latch and go pop.
Yes. So what would it take, and again, everybody else, you can feel free to chime in, what would it take for you to say, okay, I'm going to pop the latch?
That's a hard question.
Just kind of brainstorm for everybody else in the room. What would it take for you to pop the latch on that screen door when this next woman or this next man that you're interested in comes around? What would cause you to pop the latch?
A lot.
What do you mean when you say a lot? Thank you so much for sharing.
You gotta know what you want to do in life. You just can't sit up there and if somebody trying to help you figure it out, you're like, I don't know, I just want to go to sleep. That's not attractive.
So you're more so wanting somebody that's willing to get in the mud with you and just kind of work it out, figure it out. This is what I've decided to do with my life. Do you have a plan?
Yeah, like you just can't decide. Like, I want to do something, I just don't know nothing. And then when I try to help you, I want to go to sleep.
They want to go to sleep on you, TJ.
So this is something that you've experienced in your previous relationship? So do you find what you're looking for, which is someone who kind of has it together, has an understanding of what they want to do, how they want to do it? Do you find it difficult finding that type of woman in the college arena? Do you think there's just something lacking in the college age group period, or what? Like that 18 to 27 group?
That's a big range.
It's a wide range. You have those traditional, non-traditional students, so we kind of wanted to leave the gap open, a little bit wide.
I'm thinking non-traditional, like somebody like 60, but okay, cool. That's fine.
I I understand what you mean, but that's just gonna be the age restrictions for this group. But since you kind of chimed in, Nicholas, do you mind just telling us a little bit, about what has kind of brought you to this place, and just talk to us a little bit. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, well, my name is Nick. I take it slow, not too quick. Boogie the nickname, you feel me? I feel like we talk to it later. But anyway, brought me to group, man. I was dating this little honey or whatever, man. And you feel me? She was cool or whatever. I went on a little internship, man. And for some reason she was going on my phone every day, every hour, my dude. Like, what you doing? Where you at? I'm in class.
What would you say?
I was in
You're in
class.
class. That's good.
9 a.m. What you doing? Still in class. 12 o'clock. What you doing? In the gym. You feel me? And you feel me? I kept feeling like she was not trusting her brother. And she started asking for pics to verify where I'm at. And I'm like, oh, I'm shot. I'm like, wait, who you? CIA? FBI? Because I'm looking at her major. She probably side. You're not going to FBI, CIA. Why you over there checking me? Why you doing this extra stuff? So I'm just like, bro, back up off me. You feel me? I had to get restrained on when I got back though.
See, that's my
You feel me? Because I couldn't hit no latch. She was breaking the door.
She won't give your screen door.
That was a very good use of figurative language. I like it.
She broken. I got a little scared or whatever. So I don't do that no more. But yeah, that's why I'm over here because I'm scared.
So have you been able to engage in any type of relationship since this relationship?
Man, I haven't. Man. I've been trying to be cool, laid back. Because like I said, I take it slow, not too quick. And right, they did. You feel me? And they be asking me, they be extra aggressive. You feel me? I'm so nice to everybody. You feel me? They feel chivalry, like whatever. You feel me? I open doors for chicks. You feel me? I take up trees. I do the nice things. You feel me? I guess females ain't used to that. And, they become quick on me. I'm on like $150. Wet. So you feel me? Girl be extra aggressive on me. I be a little nervous. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm dealing with. Gotta get a little comfortable about it.
So let me just throw this out there. One thing about this group session that I think is most beneficial is something that's called psychodrama therapy. And so what that means is psychodrama therapy is where we take an instance in your life that you've discussed and release into this open group, and we kind of act it out. We put you in that scenario and see how would you handle what is going on in real life, but we do it in the confines of a safe setting such as this. So if you don't mind, I would love to have Nicholas and Jakirity, if you don't mind. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that scenario that Nicholas mentioned of the young lady that he was having a relationship with that was super aggressive and trying to stay contacting him. Where are you? What are you doing? What's going on? So what we're going to do is act out how Nicholas could have facilitated maybe not ending the relationship, but possibly mediating how much she was reaching and contacting him. Does that kind of make sense to everybody, what we got going on? Okay. So for instance, like you said, the young lady was calling you, texting you all the time. Where are you? Send me a picture. Where are you going? Da, 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 da. So you're going to pretend as if you have your phones, but I want you all to vocally go through that conversation. What is it that you could have said to her differently that would have caused your relationship maybe to make some changes but stay together, instead of being like, okay, this is too much, you're tripping, let's end this right now?
I don't know about that. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at my phone right now.
Let's see. Can you all come to the center for me? We're going to push back a little bit to give the opportunity. I'm going to be coming in and out with you all.
In and out.
This is going to be great.
Okay.
If you would like to, you all can do it from your seats, if you want to use your phones, microphones. But you're vocally going to have to go through this conversation just for the sake of the group being able to hear. Yes.
Texting, but you gotta say what you're texting because we don't know what you're texting.
Does this make sense? Okay, everybody, so we're going to step back and let you all have this scene. We're just going to, as a group, kind of work through it.
Where you at? Now I know it just said red. You see my, where you at? You ignore me?
Watch it.
So you're not gonna respond? I'm gonna text me your phone till you text back.
What, bruh?
What? What you got going on? You don't want me bothering you or something?
I'm in class. You know this.
You in class? Send me a picture. Let me see you in class. Nah, you lie. I don't see no books.
Good, good response.
on you in class.
Why you gotta
Very
do
good.
all this?
Very good.
For real? You know what? I'm done with you.
Now, bringing everybody in, we see exactly what Nicholas was talking about. We see that she's incessantly texting him. She's needing the reminder and the proof that he's actually where he says he is. Give me some input about that. How do you all feel about that? What's going on with this woman? What's going on with this man? What is the issue and how can we fix it?
I think she have trust issues. You know,
Trust
she's been hurt
issues.
before, and she don't want to go through the same thing again.
So she just
And
needs
by him
validation.
ignoring her, you know, it's causing her to act out the way that she's doing.
That's good. Oh, thank you, Ken. Go ahead.
I think she needs to stop taking out all this aggression on him, like, as far as her being hurt before, because he ain't hurt her.
Right.
So, in his
So-
defense, leave him alone, because
Okay.
he haven't did nothing to her for her to have these insecurities. Maybe she needs to start from her day, revise herself, reinvent herself, and come back and try again. Because
That's good.
apparently she's gonna run these young men out. And see, let me tell my story. Can I tell my story?
You can definitely tell your story. We'll be happy to hear it, Ken. Go ahead. Thank you.
Take your time.
Yeah,
Take your time. Take your
I'm
time.
sorry.
Take your time.
So, my recent dating years, have experienced a lot of women, and so I experienced the bitter black female. So, dealing with the bitter black female, see, I'm attracted to short, dark skin, the cute female. So, they always have this.
He has a type.
This ego-trumping, Napoleon syndrome type mentality where they want to be bosses, but they want to be sensitive and over-emotional. And like, I grew up, I ain't sensitive.
Okay.
So when you cry, I'm not going to cry. When you talk, I'm going to turn my head. So I ain't got to the point where females just expect so much from you. They want you to kiss their butt and everything. That it's just overbearing. See, because, I like my pick. And so I tried the relationship thing, you know what I mean? So I tried it, I gave my all to this one, but at the end of the day, she still felt like I was the dude that she used to date. Like everything I did with different females, or like everything I did when I dated her, they all seemed to see a tendency in me that they saw in their ex that hurt them, and it made them put up this wall. So I'm tired of these females wasting my time putting up this wall, because I didn't hurt you. I'm not the brick mason, I'm not gonna fix you. I ain't lay the foundation.
That's a good reference point.
So I'm hurt because I'm tired of wasting my time with these bitter black females that think all males are the same, ain't worth nothing. So it's gonna take a lot for me to get into dating.
So from the women in the room, do you all have anything you would like to chime in on this concept of the bitter black woman? I realize that all of us are of the African American racial group.
Well, I have something to say.
Yes,
I feel like, men, they know what they getting themselves into, because when you first start talking to a female, you're not gonna just, jump into it. She gonna tell you, I used to date this boy, and, he hurt me, he did me like this. You can't expect a female, to just get over it, that quick and just let it go.
I think every female needs to understand that males have a heart too, and that we've been hurt just as much as y'all
But a
been
lot
hurt.
of males are cocky, they don't show that side. So, if they're not showing it, they're not telling you,
And a lot of females are unstable emotional creatures. Like I think sometimes a female doesn't realize how much a male actually put to the side to be with their unstable self.
Can you kind of talk a little bit about those things you have to put to the side for their unstable selves? And then I want Bria to be able to kind of chime in on that as well. But can you talk to us a little bit about those things you have to put to the side to deal with the unstable?
First off, you gotta sometimes put your pride to the side, your ego. You gotta be a little bit more caring and emotional. You gotta actually sacrifice time. You might want to go with your boys, your friends, they complain. I had a female cry just because I didn't want to come over. It's just certain little things that we gotta put aside, even money. We gotta put money to the side, because if a female don't feel like he got enough money to support me or take me out or show me a good time, or he not ambitious enough. But how can we be ambitious if y'all taking all our time? We can't make no money. We can't do anything. So it's just little things that we gotta put to the side, because I feel like, sometimes growing up, females get brainwashed into thinking all males are the same and not worth nothing. And they go in every relationship thinking that every man is gonna hurt them.
Every man can do the same, of course.
But every man is different.
Why do you keep attracting the same women?
Exactly.
It must be-
Bitter black female.
That's a very good question.
Bitter black.
No,
attract
no.
black women. I need to change races.
No, but that's an interesting perspective. Miss Bria, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
I just wonder what's on the inside of you that keep attracting these bitter black women?
Maybe because everyone, I feel like this. I think I have good potential. So I feel that women, when they see me, they say, okay, he's bored from material. And they try to feed off me what they didn't get in their last relationship. So they come and confide in me. I listen to them. I talk to them. I'm emotional sometimes. I'm actually interested more in what's in their mind than what's in their body. You know what I'm saying? So I attract them, and then they put up this brick wall once they feel like it's going too well that they want to resent me or push me away. So I think it's not the wrong type of female I'm attracted. I think I'm attracted to the right type, but they want me to be who they didn't get in the last man.
I think to add on to it is what you're talking about. You know, I'm feeling this vibe right now. You feel me? I think it's just the expectation versus reality. You know, perception. You feel me? Like you're not supposed to have expectation when it comes to people, as far as relationship concerned, things of that nature. Sure enough, you know, you want to be treated a certain way. Sure enough, you know, you do have certain tendencies you want to be done in a relationship, but at the same time, you're supposed to love that person for the individual they are. You're supposed to take them for the individuals that they are, flaws and all. Because that's your choice to be in a relationship with that person. You see what I'm saying? Anytime I have to change something about myself in order for me to compromise for this relationship, I'm taking away a piece of my happiness in order to make this work.
So, Nicholas, go into that.
Because I feel like, to add on what Nicholas said, I feel like in today's society, we so stuck on what grandma and grandpa and granddad did, but we don't know what they really did. Because we like chivalry is dead, love isn't real anymore. But granddad had 10 kids at 10 different houses down the highway. You know, grandma had 13 kids, 2 by one man and 4 by another. You know, it's just, back in the day, child support wasn't as much. Social media wasn't popular. The internet wasn't working. We still had to write. So you didn't know who was doing what. So you don't know who was the hoe, who was fucking, who was this. And I feel like we so stuck in this reality of what we thought the movies depict of the old days that we can't come to grasp everything that's going on nowadays.
Opposite though, because I feel like with this new school stuff and Instagram and all that,
But how would you know if you're not old school?
Hashtag relationship goals, you know?
Hashtag relationship goals are the pictures from back in the day.
No, it's
Bunny
not.
and Clyde.
Now, sometimes you see something. Now, sometimes we do see some modern things. I'm gonna have to kind of piggyback on what Bria was saying as you all continue to develop this conversation. But you see that hashtag with Beyonce, Jay-Z. Sometimes you see them with Kim Kardashian and whoever she's dating at the time. But that's the reality that we see a lot of the people in this time taking on. But let's get back to the question that I had for Nicholas, and everybody else can kind of expound on it.
Do you have a relationship problem?
Let's talk about it. So we can go into a little self-disclosure. Let me ask this question. We'll go into self-disclosure. Very good question, Nicholas. Ken Nicholas.
I have that problem too.
You have that problem too?
Sometimes females tend to call me
They call you the wrong name.
Especially during sex. I'm like, Mac! I'm like, who is Mac?
Your name is I'm trying to go. Let's go back to the question for Nicholas. Okay, the question was, one thing that Nicholas said was that if I have to change a part of myself to appease or to become who you want me to become in this relationship that I know that is not for me, is not right, I should have to change myself. Do you think that's necessarily true? Is there a point where you have to come to some type of compromise to get exactly what you want? Is there a point for that?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you do have to sacrifice.
That's different than compromise, though.
You have to compromise.
That's the difference. Than
What's the difference that we're seeing? Compromise and sacrifice.
Sacrifice is giving something up for something.
Great.
Compromise is meeting halfway.
Make her happy.
I would rather you meet halfway than I have to sacrifice something you sacrifice nothing. Let's both give up a little something, we compromise and get to one common goal. As far as me sacrificing to get to your common goal. To your goal, not common goal.
Okay.
But what is the magnitude of these sacrifices and compromises?
The female ego.
But I'm thinking like
Like,
you talked about not going out with your boys to hang out with her or whatever, but in my head, I'm like compromise, sacrifice. I'm thinking more along the lines of something, I don't know, emotional, like, I don't know, usually I don't pray out loud, but because she's hurting, maybe let me go pray out loud for her, even though I don't pray out loud, you know? I'm thinking along the lines of that. You want to go out with your boys? Go out with your boys. But if I'm hurting and you see I'm hurting, come on your hand on me and pray for me, you know? Even though you don't do that, you see I need something, you know, go do that. You know what I mean?
That's very good.
That's not religious.
That's very good. Does anybody else have anything they want to kind of chime in on with that compromise versus sacrifice concept?
Compromise, sacrifice. Again, I don't believe in compromise to the fact it takes away from happiness. It takes away from the individual. I don't believe in compromise. I believe in self-sacrifice though when it comes to relationships. When I say sacrifice, self-sacrifice, it's like, yeah, I'm being selfish. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to start thinking we, not me, as far as serious relationships is concerned. So when I say sacrifice, I mean something along the line of, cool, I'm a man, I'm not very open. But my girl's always open, she always been with me. I'm like, cool, you feel me? Then, how's your day? Go straight. That's it. You feel me? I'm not just letting you know what's really wrong with me. I'm not letting you know emotionally, what I'm going through. So I feel like when it comes to that, self-sacrifice, I have to get in an uncomfortable situation so I can go higher with my woman. So in that essence, I have to open up. I have to admit to her and things of that nature, and like let those feelings and things out. And I feel like some of that stuff for me, just being a man in the sense that we're taught to be hard, we're taught to be tough, we're taught to don't let them see you cry, don't let them see this and that and the other. But we feel things, so we hurt. I want somebody to pet me, cuddle me, talk to me and stuff. I'm like, dang, I'm just hurting.
Will you say that again for his spirit? We weren't really
You said what now? Hit him back the head. Wait.
So Nicholas touched a little bit about on the difficulties as it concerns gender roles. He mentioned the gender role when it comes to men. I'm not emotional. I don't cry. Don't let them see you sweat. Men hold it all in tough. Whatever that conception of how a man should behave is on this side of the earth. And then on the other hand, you have the gender role as it concerns women, where they're emotional, make sure you're home, you have the dinner ready by 5:30, all that, type of perception. So do y'all see the gender roles, the society's gender roles negatively affecting how your relationships are going?
No.
Talk to me about that.
Yes, and
Yes, and no.
I think that those that grew up in traditional home with both parents tend to have more of the role of father come home, mother had the food, dad is provider, and dad is a real father. But those who grew up in a single parent household, more so the dad he's more so a provider, like, he give you what you want and you leave, he's a dad. Or you see him as a role model, he go out and work, and y'all really much don't have much to say to each other, or much know about each other, y'all don't really have nothing but brief conversation. But in today's society, I think that it's not like the old days where women didn't work. I think, women been fighting for rights in their own mind, their own brain for a long time, that most women are feminists, honestly, in my opinion, nowadays. They won't allow a man to trump their ego, or to tell them they're not as equal, or tell them they're more inferior than them. They feel like they should be superior, because they're a woman, and women bring life to the earth and everything, so I feel like today's society is based off your own personal beliefs and understanding. How about you, Bree?
Yes, I saw you attending
I saw you.
well, from what he was saying, I get that, but the way I grew up, I had both parents in the house for half of my life, but my dad was a crackhead, so he came home, he laid on the couch, he provided some, but I never saw my mother as an emotional creature, I guess. She cooked, she cleaned, but she remained that stern, hard type, I gotta get this done because the man ain't doing his job.
So your mother played both roles.
You could say I played both roles. She didn't teach my brother how to pee in the toilet or none of that. Daddy taught me that, but I never saw her as that emotional creature, so when y'all talking about women being emotional, I'm like, since I saw that, I kind of grew up as that hard, defensive, I really ain't finna tell you nothing how my day going. Oh, it's going great. Just like Nick said, it's going cool. It's going great. I ain't into that all that. So, on today's society with gender roles, like you said, your personal beliefs, but I do believe it negatively affects in some aspects, because with society, a lot of our generation looks at social media and they look at those roles. They look at #wifey goes, Aisha Curry cooking, all this and that. But what about the flip side of that, me owning my own business and him going, working too, and we coming together with this, I don't know, mutual monies. I don't know, but mutual monies.
You have something to add on to that, Nicholas? Go for it.
God, it's hard. With the whole social media thing, social media thing, I think it wraps up and warps our mindset and perception when it comes to relationships, in the sense that that's the goal. Like, people seeing what we're doing. And I don't believe that's personal. You feel what I'm saying? You're doing it for the likes, you're doing it for other people. You're not doing it for the people inside the relationship. One of the most powerful things I've ever heard about relationships was like, somebody told me, like, I don't want a relationship and just post pictures. I want somebody else to take out pictures, like, I want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to just be in tune with your inner person and with yourself first, and then as well as the other person. Because then they love yourself. And I feel like a lot of people are scared to be alone now. And I think that's the problem with a lot of us, you feel what I'm saying? And then you feel like you're missing something because they're like, hashtag goals, hashtag wifey, hashtag man crush Monday and all that crap. So, you feel me, with that being said, you know, you look at a virtual world. You feel me? You can be anybody online. You feel me? You got Twitter thugs all day. So, you know, you bang bang. But all day. So, you know, that being said, you have very impressionable people looking at these things and not really using their common sense with it. And I understand that this is work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, before, you know, I got with Miss Crazy, you know, I was out here thotting and plotting. You feel me?
Now, let's kind of expound on that jargon.
Okay,
Everyone's
thotting is being promiscuous. That's flirting with different women, doing things, all types of natures. So yes, I was out there. I was loose. I was crazy. I was out there wild. But yeah, you know, I was just tired of just being emotionless. I was tired of just, you know, being with somebody different every time. You know, I just wanted to give it a shot. You know, and it was hard work. I'm not gonna lie.
But I mean, with the what you perceive as negative outcome that came with, and I think you refer to her as Miss Crazy, whoever this anonymous woman is. Do you think that that's going to cause you, or has caused you, to want to go back to the other side that you mentioned? I think the word was thotting that you used.
Yeah, so, I mean, it does, because, you know, like I said, it's easy. Like, it's really emotionless. Like, you feel, there's no investment into that. And that's the thing. Like, being with her was draining, emotionally, mentally, almost physically. It was taking a toll on my health because it was stressful. You know, this person doesn't trust me. What am I doing that this person, you know, feels like they can't trust me? You know, I'm the type of person, I take self-inventory first. Okay, what am I doing wrong first? Then let's look at what she's doing wrong. Okay? So I'm looking at myself like, okay, bro, I'm getting up like I'm supposed to, bro. I'm calling up like I'm supposed to, bro. I ain't no other girls in the room. I ain't no other girls in my face. I ain't doing nothing wrong, you feel me? I mean, she has my passwords to all my stuff. So I'm like, what is there to hide from you? You feel me? Why don't you trust me? Why don't you believe me? And that was really just messing with me.
And with our time coming close to a closing, I want to pose one last question. Nicholas mentioned she had all my passwords. I was calling, I was texting, I was doing all this stuff. Do you think it's necessary to appease that lack of a trust factor in whoever your significant other is by giving them all that access? Or do you think that does more harm than good?
More harm than good. They get used to it.
I just don't
It's
That's a good approach if you have a nonchalant attitude about it.
I just don't. But I mean, if you don't do it back, I think something.
Oh, so if you give her all of your passwords and she doesn't reciprocate by giving you all of her passwords.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had a girl, she changed her password. So, I mean, I just prayed about it, found out what I had to find out, and left. So.
And you left. I think Bree, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny because at the physical therapy clinic I work at, we're taught to say this person needs this much of stimulus, say they always are going into flexion, bending at the hips. We're taught, give them what they want, and then they're going to come out of that. So once that stimulus, that feeling is satisfied in that person, then they will automatically come out of flexion into extension how they're supposed to be.
Wow.
Like, especially dealing with